Hi, I'm Chris from Development. We're going to take a look at the Analytics module, which is actually a very simple module that collects some metrics for your application. One being how many times your app has been accessed, and then it also collects some device metrics as well. Now, to actually make any usage of this, you'll need to be using the webmin. So make sure that you have set up your webmin, which you can either go through the documentation here in the webmin guide or view the screencast on setting up and accessing the webmin. But we will be using the webmin to kind of demonstrate how this analytics module works. So first of all, we'll go into, the analytics module is a client-side module. So under client module here in the documentation, there's an analytics. And here you can see that there is basically just one method for that called app opened. And the app opened method takes an optional listener. You don't need to pass one unless you want to have some type of verification that it was run. And it'll collect a number of different things that we'll look at that will be placed into the webmin that we can look at. You can see what some of those are here in the documentation, and then down here at the bottom it kind of points you towards the webmin to view these different metrics. So to do that, we're going to jump into our demo project. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is a fairly simple thing to implement. Again, I'm just going to use the core root space, and it's analytics and app opened. And again, this method in particular doesn't require any type of listener. You can put one in here again though if you want just to get some type of response. But my recommendation is that basically once you've initialized your Coronium Core server, you place this method in here and just leave it there for every time that this application is opened, and so you can track that metric. I'm going to go ahead and save up this file, and I'm going to jump over to Corona and I will refresh it. And again, because there is no listener, we're not going to really see anything special pop out here in our console. But what we can do now is we can jump over to our webmin, which we had set up. And let me go ahead and get that. And now once we refresh this page, we can see that we now have some actual metrics being collected. And so this tells us that we have one app open. These obviously are all going to be the same numbers for the demonstration since we're doing it here at the same day, but as the days pass and the weeks pass, these numbers will vary. We also have a graph that will show the app opens by the month. In this case, this is for November, so we've only got one entry here, but as the months pass, this graph as well will fill up to give you an idea of how your applications are being utilized. If I go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and just do a refresh again on this so we can just see this in action. We'll get another marking here for our app opens, and again our graph here will pump up. So that's the first thing that method does. The second thing the method does is start to collect some metrics for the actual device that it was run on. So if we go under devices, we can start to see that we get some statistics for some things like the platform, the model, the country that it was accessed from, screen size, the build that it was created on in Corona. And as different devices are accessed, they'll be added to these graphs here. I do have a version of this application running on my Android phone, so I'm just going to go ahead and run that real quick just so we can see what these charts kind of look like once you have some other data in them. So let me go ahead and run that. I'm actually running that on my phone right now. And then once we do that, we should be able to refresh and see some new metrics here. So that was coming from my Android phone there. And again, I just simply had this analytics app opened method running, and that went ahead and added this information for me. So now I know that I have an iOS and an Android device that's accessed it. Shows me the model here. The country is still the same. My screen size shows me the different screen sizes that have been accessing through the application, and the Corona build's the same there. So this is a way for you to kind of get a general overview of what platforms are using your applications, the models, etc., the screen sizes, which can sometimes be some handy metrics for your work. So again, just with that one simple line, that kind of gives us the ability to track these kind of these simple metrics through the accessing of the application, and then also some device specific metrics. As far as the device statistics are concerned, it's based on the actual unique identifier of the device. So even if you run the app opened method multiple times on a device, it's not going to ever count the same device twice. So it gives you that kind of statistic per device here on these charts. As far as the app open is concerned, you're always going to get a trigger no matter what. So if I was to refresh this again, I'm going to get another app opened for that device, and that will always give me an app open no matter what. So that shows a little bit about how you use that, and so it's pretty simple thing there, just a Core Analytics app open method, and that is a client side, and then that will give you some statistics that you can view through your Coronium Core webmin. So hope you enjoy that. Thanks for watching.